Hey.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Game Set Start. I'm Steven.
I'm Tyler.
And we're doing Super Mario All-Stars.
Now, what exactly are we doing in the All-Stars? Because this is like 4 or 5 games in one.
Nothing. We're doing the Lost levels.
Oh.
Now, we're going to start in 1985.
The original Super Mario.
Yeah. I have a file on here, apparently, already. It's been a minute.
You must have just played it to try it out. Like, oh, yep, that's a Mario.
Yeah, this is... Dude, Type B is for crazy people. Why would you hold your hand like that? Could you imagine?
Yeah, I don't know.
just hold my thumb like this.
It's there for the crazy people.
Oh no, I'm gonna drag Tyler along with me this time.
Oh man, I get to sit back and relax as you beat the game without dying. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be so good. Dude, I was waiting to die there. I was like, I'm gonna die
that
here.
Goomba's gonna stomp you.
I forget that like Mario 1 has like a slipperiness to it.
Yeah, there's some loose physics.
Because it's been a minute since I played the original even. Like I was playing a lot when I started playing this one.
I mean, I grew up with this Mario version specifically. I did not play the very original NES one until like I was 15, 16.
Yeah. So I had only played the original. I have not played like this version of it until like last year, I think. Oh god. and I'd been playing a ton of the original when I started this one, and I was instantly kind of turned off by it because like the way you interact with blocks is a little different in this game. Like it's got a different feel to it. Like I think they give a little bit more, like these ones, than they did in like the original. And I think I don't want to commit and say like his jump is different, but I feel like it was a little different.
Oh, I'm sure there's some nerds obsessed over it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, I just don't want to say anything wrong because it has been a while since I have played the original and this one back to back. But there are some minor differences in like the control schemes and everything.
Okay, this controller works.
And I will say, my sister and I used to fight over Luigi, who got to play as Luigi as kids. And as I was
not Mario.
Yes, and as I was hooking this up, I was like contemplating being like, should I make Tyler play first player so I can be Luigi? And the reasoning is like when I was younger, you could always play as Mario. Like I would play games by myself a lot.
Right.
And so Mario was like nothing special to me. Like I could always play as Mario, but if I forced my sister to play with me, it means I could play as Luigi. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah, so that's what was up with that. So I've been like a Luigi fan since like Super Mario World, like ever since I was a child. So it's kind of a weird thing. Cause everyone always talks about like fighting over who gets to be player 1, and me and my sister are about to have like fist fights over who got to be player 2.
Think of all the family squabbles you would have solved if you were just willing to take that player 2 dive.
Just take that player 2 dive.
For so many families growing up on the Nintendo.
Dude, we were ready to take that dive. God, I'm doing so good.
We are professional Mario players.
Have I mentioned that I love platformers and it's mainly what I like to play?
Oh,
but they haven't made them in so long.
Well, you're just going to expose yourself like that.
I know, it's just going to be... Oh, man. I have not been able to play a platformer and really, unless I like go out of my way to play an old game, basically.
Yeah, so I was going to say that platformers are still kind of there. It's just...
They don't make as many of them.
They're not mainstream outside of Nintendo.
Nope.
You have to look at the indie scene. And I think right now it's still on the N64 Collectathon era style of gaming.
I'm not going to do any world skips.
I was about to say, are we warping or...
I'm not going to do it. I've actually always kind of just wanted to take a straight run through of this game.
Like a no warp run?
Yeah, because like There's a lot of those. I think I've played up through like World 5 before on the original game.
Mm-hmm.
But like as you get to like 6, 7, and 8, it gets so hard, you know, like
Right.
And I wasn't quite up to that skill level yet, you know. Like I could get through to World 5 without losing all my lives, but like after that, I'd either just be like, I need to take a break, or I'd die, you know.
I need to hit blocks.
So that's why we're playing the All-Stars version of this game, is because it has a save system, and you can actually, like, you know...
We can abuse it.
Yeah, abuse it. And we can suck it up a little bit and probably still finish the game.
Especially since someone over here is like, I want to do no warps.
Yeah, there it is. When you're big, the blocks don't have give. You just kind of go right through them. I don't like it. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe I'm just so used to the other one that it's like...
You're just so used to the classic formula that just shoots you straight back down.
I'm just like, gross. I don't like this new feel.
Don't like change.
That could arguably be
Oh,
better.
jeez. Does Luigi have different stats in this version?
I don't believe so, but I haven't played as him in this, honestly. Because I don't have a little sister to force to play Mario anymore in the house, you know.
Right.
Start my next guest video with my sister here, so I'll be like, I'm going to force my sister to play Mario so I can play Luigi now.
That's the long con plan, I see.
Is like, force my little sister over.
Like, I'm playing Mario and I want to be Luigi. You have to be Mario.
That's the only reason I have friends.
Yep.
Is just so I can make them play Mario.
So I was about to say, who in the world would argue against that? Unless they were also huge, unironic Luigi fans.
Dude,
We know those Luigi stands are out there.
Me.
Yeah, I'm right by one of them. As bizarre a world as it is.
And if a third player could be Waluigi, I'd drag 2 friends over here just so I could play Waluigi.
Oh yeah, that's what you truly want, a mainline game with Waluigi in it, playable.
Dude, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably I'd flip out. I'd flip out a little.
I feel like my phone wouldn't stop going off every second from your text.
I'd be like, I'm trying to sleep. Stop telling me about Waluigi. I will never stop talking about Waluigi.
Are you sure this is not an out-of-season April Fool's joke? Whoop.
Whoop. Man, that momentum loss. I could feel it. I'm like, I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna die. But I did it anyways. You get those, you get that reflex in. My favorite is when, like, you turn around before you jump, so you end up, like, jumping backwards. I don't know if you saw me do that, like, a couple times during the first level. It's just like, yep, just because I'm, like, rocking that D-pad.
Nope.
Are you using the D-pad or are you using the stick?
I think I'm using the D-pad.
I can never tell with you. You're usually, like, a stick guy.
I mean, it depends on the game.
I always default to D-pad for some reason. Because I'm old, I guess.
I mean, for me, it's just game to game. Like, if it's more retro, I think I lean to the D-pad, because, you know, that's what we had back then.
I know in menus I default to D-pad, regardless of the generation.
Because some games are like, you can only use the D-pad to navigate.
That's so wild. That is wild that they do that.
I think it's happened less and less, but I remember a good era where it's like, it felt too weird using the stick to navigate the UI. So just use the D-pad. Oh no! Luigi has different stats, I know it.
Luigi's slippier. I know it. I know it. I know it to be true. So I know I shouldn't do it, but I always do it. I'm like, I can do it. I can get it this time.
Oh, don't worry. I'm probably going to struggle in World 1-3 because I have not played a proper 2D Mario in so long.
It's fine. Just suck it up for a while, and you know you'll get better. It comes back to you. Like I'm sucking it up pretty bad right now. I'm like, man, I should have played this last year when I could do a solid run without losing a life up through at least like World 4. And just be like, oh, look at me, I know how to play games.
Look at me, I'm a video game guy.
I've played games before, I know what I'm doing.
Hey, gabagoo, I play the video game. Damn, I'm also one of those weirdos that's like, I always try to play as close to hardware as I can.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's throwing me off, because like anytime I play this, it's with an SNES controller.
And sadly, I'm forcing Tyler to play with a Joy-Con.
We're doing, I'm also on Joy-Cons with their really flat buttons.
Yeah, I'm rocking the.
He's got the Pro controller.
The Pro controller, because I'm pro. It's true.
No, you're not. This video would already be done because you would have speed ran it in like 4.5 minutes.
Oh, I know. They're like, oh yeah, here's my Super Mario speed run.
First try and broke the record. No need to verify. Woo.
He was like, come at me, bro. I got this.
He fired that fire behind him.
He did?
Yeah. He turned around right as it went out.
What's this? It's a toad.
God, that's a large toad.
Dude, they're so big. It's because I'm so small.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi are so tiny.
That's my trick, man. I play these games without any power-ups. Have you noticed every time I've gotten a power-up, I immediately lose it. And I'm like, fine, I'll just,
Steven, you deserve power-ups.
No, power-ups are for, good boys and girls. Oh, no.
Dang it, I lost all my slide momentum.
That slide trickery is for the Mario 2, man. Also, another thing about Mario 2 is that I can just be Luigi. I could just pick Luigi.
I just want to be Luigi.
Just let me be Luigi.
This game makes you feel like you're Luigi.
Bet.
Yeah, that's your game of the decade right there.
Hey.
For you and your sister.
Donkey is right. Super Mario Bros. 2, game of the year.
Super Mario Bros. 2, game of the year every year.
What'd I tell you, dude? I got that power up. Look who's small again.
And you immediately lost it.
I immediately lost it. I can't help it. I could have sworn that was a...
You thought that was a secret?
I could have sworn that was a secret. Maybe it's this one.
Oh. Can you get it?
Nope.
Before it goes away.
I will not. I can't even use stars right, man. I don't want to go too fast because I've actually forgotten what these levels are like. I'm like, probably shouldn't just be sprinting like a maniac.
You're right. You went right.
I did. I fell right. I fell right onto it.
Plant.
Even though
let's see if I can get past one.
I do just sit and hold that dash button all the time. I'd never let it go.
Oh my goodness.
It's that Donkey Kong Country memory. I hit continue, beat the game. Will you continue from World 1-1 or like?
Oh god.
What?
If I do, I'm going to 1-2 and warping.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just to catch up.
Just to catch up a little. I will allow it. Get in there. I want to get the hang of these controls again. That'd be nice.
Yeah, you got a better shot of it than I do since you got a Pro controller. Joy-Cons are nice, but there's something about that button feel for me that just...
Yep, I did it again! I did it again!
I guess that's your curse.
It is, it really is, dude. I cannot not be tiny in a Mario game. I don't understand what is happening. It's Tiny Mario time, guys.
I guess so.
Nothing.
Yep, 1-1.
Nothing but Tiny Marios. I wonder if you just reset back to World 2-1, I guess? Later?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
Let's not be scrub lords on 1-1.
It'll be fine. We'll just get better. Hopefully. Or worse. Who knows? We could just get worse.
You never know.
Never underestimate the power of our scrubbiness.
Especially for the remake of a Mario game that I have not played since I was a teenager.
For real. You telling me you've gotten worse at games over time, Tyler? I can't believe that.
I've gotten better at certain aspects of games and worse than others.
I got really good at action games, and I got really bad at platformers.
Yeah, exactly, because platformers kind of fucking died as a gaming trend.
I know, it hurts my feelings, man. I love 2D platformers because I guess it's like, probably because it's like what I grew up with, I guess.
Look, man, I already got my scars. I Want to Be the Guy.
Oh, man. We should play I Want to Be the Guy.
No. I have no idea if that's going to even run on
a modern system.
A modern system. It had trouble running when it came out on, like, XP.
Okay, so there are things I suck at.
Swimming levels are one of them?
This is one of them. Even in the Super Mario World ones, which, like, I have the most experience with Super Mario World.
Uh-huh.
Like, I still suck at them.
Nope.
Come on.
No, you touched that fish butt.
I almost said a dirty word. I guess that's what brings it out of me. It's platformers.
Oh, this is where we'll see the Steven salt?
Oh, I know. It's like, I went fudge. I don't know if you heard the long come out of my mouth.
I heard something.
Yep, it's the salt is from platformers, yes. It's because it's something I should be good at, Tyler. Like, I feel like most of the time I can let it go because it's like, you know what? I'm trash at this. But when it comes to platformers, it's like, no!
I have a sense of pride when it comes to my platformers.
I should demolish these.
My Saiyan pride won't let me.
What a cool game.
Let's go to World 2.
Should we tell Miyamoto that he did a good job?
I think Miyamoto is very aware he's done good. He did good.
No, not with this, but like Star Fox.
Star Fox? He's probably like, oh, why don't more people buy it?
Does Miyamoto care about Star Fox?
Nowadays, I'm not so sure.
I don't know. I played Zero. I was not impressed.
Yeah, not many people were, which is sad, because that's a Platinum Games joint.
Yeah. So who can we blame? Platinum Games or...
Probably Miyamoto, because he's probably the one that... Whoever came up with the controller scheme.
Whoever that guy is.
Whoever specifically did that. That was Miyamoto, so be it. Blame Miyamoto.
Let's hit the wiki.
Oh, goodness.
Who did the thing?
Who was responsible for this particular aspect of game design?
So yeah, you start off at World 2-1. So that's cool. I like that. That's good.
Oh yeah, it's the start of the world.
That's good. I don't have to go back to 1-1.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's how I had to beat Mario originally, was this version.
Yeah, that's the coward's version.
I mean...
That's why I picked it.
Because it's like... because it's either you start from the beginning, or you know the obscure code that lets you just continue in the original NES version.
Is there a
There
code?
is one. Almost no one knows it though, but it exists. I don't even remember it off the top of my head.
It's not as prevalent as the Konami code.
Yeah, it's not the Konami code, and it's not like hold left B and press star.
What is this?
It's a vine. Climb it.
Wow, I didn't know that was there.
It's a bonus.
Or maybe I did. I don't know. I have no idea anymore. Like I said, I was a Super Mario World boy, and the only games I've touched 2, and I've touched 3, and I've played the most of like 1 in World, which is really weird to think about. Boop.
Lost levels? No. Nah, screw that.
I've never played Lost Levels.
Oh, that's pain.
I don't even think I would do it on here, honestly. It's just...
It's basically... If you're not a master of classic Mario physics, you have to be by the end of it, because
you just have to master the game mechanics to an absurd degree.
Well, it's like you have...
They throw in some weird stuff.
They throw in really crazy stuff that you have to pull off.
Okay, I did play World 1-1 of Lost Levels.
Oh, 1-1 is baby stuff.
So I know that there's like...
The biggest threat... Oh, shoot. The biggest threat of that is the poison mushroom.
The poison mushrooms, yeah. That's about all I know about it, is that they start throwing in weird stuff. Did you instantly die?
Oh yeah, I touched the first Goomba.
The squid? Wait, wasn't this level? Wait, which level did you do? 2-1 and died?
I was on 2-1 and died.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I saw water. But maybe you just died so fast I saw the world 2-2 opening.
As I was about to say, you weren't paying attention and didn't see how quick I died.
Yep.
Oh, will you die in the same spot? Oh.
I will not.
Oh.
Not this time.
Gamer skills. Oh.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I let go and I still was rising too fast. I'm like, no. I was hoping to juke him a little.
Give him a good old juke.
Yeah, because they continuously drop down straight if you're under them, but if you go above them, they start rising in the erratic pattern, you know, like they do. I hate bloopers so much. You gotta hold that jump button.
I can't make it with a standard jump.
No, you gotta do a sprint jump or a jump off of that.
Yeah. It's fine, I just gotta beat the level.
You only need like one block of space to get like the speed to jump up a little higher, I think. But I don't know what the full height of it is. Mm-hmm. Even though World 1-1 does kind of like teach you that. Because 1-1 is a great teaching tool. There's like 100 videos on it.
Yeah, there's videos everywhere on it now.
I'm really undershooting with 100 probably.
No, I'm considering the number of people that probably use it as like a game design thing. It's like
there's thousands,
yeah,
millions even. I did hit the halfway point, maybe. That's what
I think you did.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Haha, suckers! Oh no. So the bottomless pits there like suction you down.
Yeah, they suck you in
hard. I hate this part. This part sucks. Specifically, just wait. Just wait. Yay, freedom!
You made it.
Boom. Oh god, I fell. My scrubness, it's showing.
No, you failed. You gotta get 100. Bare minimum. Get over that block.
No, if you fail the jump, you just have to touch the bottom.
You have to commit to that 100.
Take that L. Hold it. You can do it, Tyler.
Do. I'm just swimming along, grabbing coins, avoiding the squids.
I believe in you. They're called bloopers, Tyler.
There's a ton of people that will know I am not good at keeping up with Mario convention namings.
These are called cheaps. Because they suck.
Because they're so cheap.
Yeah. I was going to make that joke, but it seemed too obvious, so
Nah, it's never obvious.
I swerved, for the surprise. Oh god. Tap that A button. Get over those fish. Those cheaps.
That was a pleasant swim. I can't believe people die on that level.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. They must suck.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Terrible gamers.
And they mess up the flag jump. They can't get 5,000.
I know, bro. They should just take their gamer card, just turn it in.
We gotta shred it.
Shred it.
Alright, hope you're ready for the cheap bridge.
I'm not. Because I always go after it too fast. Like so. They also mimic your speed.
God, I have not, I have more memory of the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
The All-Stars collection, and I just forget, the aesthetic that this All-Star pack does.
It adds so much.
Especially, background elements.
Oh, yeah. It's wild.
All these Goomba statues.
Hey, look, I got a power-up and I lost it. I'm going to spend this whole game just sucking it up big time, but somehow still making it through the level.
Hey, as long as you beat Bowser by the time you get to 8-4, that's all that matters.
I'm gonna beat the whole.
You got fireworks.
Should I even pick up? Yeah, that's what if it ends on a multiple of 3?
Something like that.
Like the end timer.
Yes, the end timer.
Specifically the last decimal, like
the last
number
of the timer.
Like if it lands on like a 3, it's like 1 firework. If it's like a 6, it's 2, and if it's a 9, it's 3. Right? I think. I don't remember. I used to know things about video games. But every time I sit in a room with Tyler, I forget all of it.
I think you two depend on me knowing everything.
I'm like, yes, I'll lean on the other boy for all the knowledge about video games. I know nothing. I've never played a game in my life.
What are video games?
What do you mean Devil May Cry? Never heard of it.
What do you mean I have a PlayStation 5?
I just bought that because the internet thought it was cool.
I thought it was a router. It certainly looks like one.
Oh, I thought it was one of those fans that you just like plug in and air purifiers, one of those.
I thought it was just a giant air purifying machine.
That's what it looks like. It spins up like one.
It certainly does spin up like one.
Don't mind me, just panicking a little. I'm not used to being this large.
Oh, it's just 2-4. He's not even gonna throw hammers at you yet.
Haha! I used my iframes to win. And I just had to make sure I was small. There's 2 toads in this one! I've never beaten 2-4 on All-Stars.
I guess not.
So that's really cute. I didn't notice that. That's adorable.
I think they change it up quite a bit as you progress in the worlds.
Interesting. I'm actually curious to see how things go on now. Wow, there's fire flowers in this game?
Yeah. That's because you keep getting hit.
By what? I don't know what you're talking
Everything.
about. If there's a thing and I am large, I will be hit.
I will hit it.
I will 100% hit it.
Just to prove a point.
The point being that I am garbage.
I was hoping to make it a Bowser of Fire Flower, but oh well. Oh, okay.
Nope.
Okay, just immediately fire another shot out. That's cool, Bowser.
He's like, I know how to get this one. Look at this guy.
Look at this scrub.
I'm gonna hit him with the double fireball.
You can tell he has not played a 2D platformer in like years.
Dude, I kind of hate World 3. I remember this specifically not liking it playing the original.
We're about to get... Well, you know why.
It's because it sucks?
No.
Is it the Bullet Bills?
No, it's not the Bullet Bills.
Is it the Lakitu?
I don't think it's the Bullet Bills because they're not in 3-1.
The Lakitus aren't that bad.
No, it's not them.
Is it the Hammer Bros?
It's the Hammer Bro. Bruh.
Hammer?
Speaking of...
Hey guys,
here
what's
they
up?
are.
What's up?
The Hammer Bros.
Do you mind? Can you just... Please. Please, game. Don't do me like this.
Oh, it's gonna do you dirty. That's what Hammer Bros do best.
Haha! My elite skills. Oh, like a fire flower.
Yeah, that's your reward for not getting hit.
Nah, I'm gonna go get hit. Watch.
I thought you were gonna screw up the bungee jumping. Fall in the pit.
No, never the platforming. It's everything else that's required
It's all these
of me.
stupid enemies in my way that won't let me go fast. This is supposed to be like Sonic, right?
Gotta go fast.
Go fast.
Can't even go fast in Sonic. That's a myth.
No, you can go fast until like the 3rd or 4th world, and then you have to slow down. But it also depends on which
Marble Zone.
Marble Zone, Chemical Zone.
Chemical Plant Zone makes me want to pull my hair out. We're playing a Mario game. I don't want to talk about Sonic right now.
Sonic sucks. We're Nintendo kids.
I played a Genesis once as a child, and I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog and thinking it was the coolest thing ever.
I mean, that was the point.
Like, even Marble Zone, I was like, dude, this level rocks. It's got those, like, it's got lava, and it's got those moving platforms, and, it's so cool.
All that blast processing.
Oh, man. He's got the shoes. You got the shoe power-up, and you go so fast.
Oh, my gosh. I'm just scrubbing it up with this controller.
I said we weren't going to talk about Sonic, and here I am talking about Sonic.
As you were wanting to do.
As I am wont to do. Have you ever heard me talk about Sonic?
Not all that much. Which is weird, considering the Sonic stuff I know you have.
What Sonic stuff?
I don't know, the stuff in your car.
You're right. I didn't even think about it. Yep, I've got Sonic things.
Like 2 Sonic air fresheners.
I do have 2 Sonic air fresheners.
That I'm pretty sure are both ancient at this point?
Dude, they're like 5 years old now. I think.
God, you never...
If not older. Well, I talked about, like, taking them down, and everyone told me not to.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
You hang out with a bunch of Sega kids. I didn't know that.
Well, I talked about taking all of it down at one point. Like, because I've got the Pip-Boy, or, the Vault Kid.
Yeah.
And I've got...
the Vault Tech mascot,
basically. And Zexion from Kingdom Hearts hanging up in my car. And I was like, should I get rid of these? It seems like kind of ridiculous to still have them. And everyone's like, no, it's not you if you take it down. It just doesn't seem right. And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, it's still your car, so you put whatever you want in it.
Right? But I think that's everything. Just the two Sonics.
Yeah.
One's a 16-bit.
It's like the amount of Sonic stuff I've seen you possess. It's like, you never talk about Sonic all that much. Are you an embarrassed Sonic fan?
It just doesn't come up that often in pleasant conversation.
That's fair. Because it really doesn't.
Like, I do enjoy some Sonic. I think the character is cool. His aesthetic is awesome. Mm-hmm. And the games,
oh, man.
I'm kind of hit or miss on most of the games, though. Like, I do think Sonic is fun to an extent. Like, 1, 2, and 3, I'm not good at them. Like, I'm decent at a lot of platformers. That is not one of those. as I kill myself on this one.
As you fall off 3-3.
As I just completely whiff 3-3.
Back to 2-1 for me.
It's every time I say I'm, like, kind of good at something, I utterly fail at it. Like, every time I started to get good at, like, DMC, I'm like, oh, man, am I doing good? And then I just, like, royally F up.
Well, for that, the true stats of skill doesn't begin until 3, so you're good there.
Oh, I can't wait to completely disappoint you while playing DMC 3. It will happen.
I've seen probably worse people go through 3.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
You got an extra life.
Ah, fudge. It's fine.
Just get on them girders. You're fine.
Yeah. I ended up losing all my momentum like an idiot.
Ooh.
Fudge, I knew that was it, and I was like, I'm a jack it up.
No. Oh god, I thought you were about to fall off.
No.
Your foot was over.
I didn't brag that time, so I knew I could do it.
Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to brag about being good at Mario? Oh man, look at me, I'm so good at Mario.
No, I have to not brag to be good.
I have to brag.
Oh, you're the opposite.
I'm
okay.
the opposite.
Because you're Luigi.
Because I'm completely scrubbing it up right now in freaking World 2.
Yeah, brag it up a little. Get that showmanship.
Oh man, look at me go. Look at me, all these unknown blocks.
I've never seen such a good guy at Mario. He's so good at Luigi.
Oh, look at me, got hit by Koopa.
Get that.
Oh, yeah! Look at that.
Power-ups.
Power-up time.
The one guy who can keep power-ups on this game.
You say that like
as you lose it.
As I eat shit to a freaking Goomba.
Do a kickflip, Tyler.
Luigi's gonna drop the sickest kickflip. He's gonna be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's just coins.
Oh, man. Why... Can we not get a port of Luigi's Mansion on the Switch?
Never. They did it for the 3DS.
They did it for the 3DS and it made me so angry.
They did it for the 3DS and that was too much.
I'm like, give me 1 and 2 on the Switch.
Never.
They're like, nobody likes Luigi. Who does that? Who enjoys Luigi?
Remember when Nintendo did a year of Luigi?
Every day.
It's your turn.
Alright, everyone. We'll catch you in the next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.